What is good, everybody? Thank you for joining us here, on the Cryptoverse DAO YouTube and, live in the stream. It's good to have, all my boys in here. Yesterday we were going over Bitcoin's price action and, the pump we had from the FOMC meeting, right? We were pretty much short. If we go back to where we were looking at, from the top of the wick when the meeting was kind of getting over with, we're short from the top, around 23K, and that was just because this bigger ascending triangle resistance was at play, and the bears, it was a test of it. So pretty much what happens when you get a support resistance flip, right? That's the only thing that really matters. Supports are either lines are either resistance or they're support. So in this case, we pumped up during the meeting. We're fighting to break the zone, right over like the 2 next hours. We couldn't close outside the zone. That's it. It's simple. Couldn't close outside the zone. You get 2 hourly candles that are fighting to come over this wick. And again, we get rejected from this bigger ascending trend line. But then it ends up, holding as support. Holding a support again, we get one quick wick to the downside. This is what happens, in bullish markets. Instead of the wicks, the quick wicks going upwards, quick wick up and then doji and then down. The wicks come from the downside, so we sweep the liquidity from the downside, clearing out some of these entries that came kind of late during the FOMC meeting, or that we're trying to catch the run up from the FOMC volume, right? All these late longs here, they were pretty much, they were brought back to their entry. So this is now a valid higher low point because these candles didn't close below these, right? So this is the low we held. We didn't have to come and mitigate this area yet, which I would still love to see a retracement of like the 50% line of this candle. You can see there's no wicks on it. It just went straight up. But wow, look at what we have right now forming up. We came all the way up to the 80 on the RSI, right? Correct? Hit a double top. Notice how, this was the top of the RSI. As we came up to here to test look at how we tried to escape from the zone and came right back there. We're not touching any lines. Like, this is craziness. I still got it. I still got it, guys. So notice how we came back up. And so this was the top of the RSI. We hit the double top on the 80, right? Also holding the resistance of the zone. We come down for the next couple hours. Look at how we're testing, we're wicking below, trying to get back this, this support. This used to be resistance, trying to hold this support. We get one wick to come and clear out all the liquidity from the bottom of the zone, and then we end up, holding right around this line and then taking off. But notice how, this takeoff. So now we're going to talk about the RSI divergences again, because nobody's still asking me any questions in the Discord. If you guys have any questions, make sure to drop it on the YouTube as well. But the RSI divergence works like this, right? So this is on the hourly chart. This line's way too thick, right? The thicker the line is, the stronger the trend. So if we were looking at the RSI and looking at the price action, we could see that, the highs are getting higher here. The price action highs are getting higher, but the RSI highs are still not, getting any higher, right? We're not making any newer highs. So that's the divergence I'm looking at right now, as we kind of see, if we kind of take a step back and look at the bigger picture, right? If we still have our ascending triangle with the 3 support lines, we break this bigger support line, this thing is going to, I'll say 16K first, right? We'll keep it in perspective. 16K, a move like that to 16K. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's right here, 16.73. A 30% drop would put, a lot more fear in the market. Just a lot more fear, let's say. And then, just have your limit orders and your spot orders set for ETH 750 for a miracle, and I'd say about like 12K, 12 through 13, 14 through 12K on Bitcoin, just for a quick liquidation, because we just want one more capitulation. And I'll pull up the Wall Street cheat sheet. And this is for your long-term bags. This isn't, this isn't for, like, I mean, you can catch a nice leverage position, but really, if we catch a price this low, I would really be willing to, put a sizable amount of money or funds, whatever is a lot to you at the time, be comfortable with risking it for like a price that's too incredible. Because this is where we are right now, right? I personally think we're in denial. I think we're in denial, man. My investments are with great companies. They'll come back. I mean, and then all it's going to take for, because if we're thinking, it's literally going even numbers. It's going 30K was our level. Then it was the 20K level. And now it's going to be, 20K is going to probably be like, it's either going to be the support, or, we're going to go below, and everyone's going to start to panic, literally. And then I'm going to show you guys what also happens, in case you're not around for these capitulation events. Let's go to right here. Right, when the Bitcoin first hit its 60K high or 65K high, right? This is what you call a capitulation wick. Nobody, like, it's either you get a great sell and you have a take profit, or, it just comes right back up. So this is capitulation. I'm talking about a 3-hour candle with a 20% move on Bitcoin. So you can imagine what the alts can do, right? So this is what I'll be looking for to end the bear market. One more capitulation, because that means everybody's panicking. They're thinking, oh, now it's at fucking 12K. It could go to 8K. It could go to about 5K. Like, people will panic. That's where you have to have your TAs and your technical levels that you're willing to buy in spot, buy in 30% at those levels. Right now, I'd still be cautious with buying, because yes, we're at 23K, but going to 15K is almost a 30% drop, and nobody wants that. So DCing is the best way. So yeah, this is the wick I would kind of be looking for to end the bear market. Notice how we capitulated and then we just ranged. Even from, these wicks that came up, that's a 25% pump, 24% pump. Well, 27% pump, sorry. 27. And then the slow just like crawl down, where people like just in denial, panicking. And then, that's where it holds right here. And this is where we kind of get the switch. Notice how it just goes down real slowly, coiling down, even past the last lows. People are depressed, bro. And then it just goes next cycle, right? So I got a little carried away on that one, but I'm going to give you guys the two main outlooks we're looking for. This is what we're looking for right here. Bitcoin gets above this last high and uses this $24,000 region as support, 24.2. If it could go above this last high, we're gonna need to go sideways, hold, and then pretty much we're coming up to 26K. All right, coming up to 26, we'll probably come retrace back down to like 24.8, and then come through. Maybe look a little bit something like this. All right, that's for the bulls. For the bears, this is all the bears have left. It's not that much to see. Just that last high. And literally, if you look at it here, you see how these wicks were once resistance points, and this was resistance, this was resistance, this was resistance. That's a tongue twister. Now it's being used as support, right? All that is this wick is now testing the area that was once resistance. It's really that simple. So that's why you can have so many horizontal lines and all this. But we're in no man's land, right? We just had another pump. If you weren't in from the pump, you let the trend develop. What we want to see on this for the bears, let's go to lower time frame, or let's see the 4 hour real quick. I haven't even looked at the daily either. That's bad, Simon. Look, 34 minutes left in the 4 hour. I love these streams, bro. 4 hour closes are massive, bro. We're only having one more close, one more 4 hour in this day, right? So if we go to the daily, and that 4 hour looks weak. I'm not gonna lie, look weak. Ooh! Load up the account. Load up the account right now. We're about to catch this sell, bro. Why are we catching the sell, guy? Somebody on the YouTube, somebody on the stream right now, unmute the mic. Why are we catching this sell? What is my sell bias? Why am I thinking bearish right here, huh? Somebody, anybody. I'm waiting. I'm gonna end the stream if nobody answers.
It hit the top of the resistance at 42K, and it looks like it's gonna shoot down to around 22.48.
Okay, so you're saying it hit the top of this resistance?
Yeah, it's looking like it hit the top of that, and it's gonna go down to that green level that you got marked at 22.48 too.
Okay, heard that. Yeah, that could be, that's valid, right? So the one thing we have to realize with this daily candle coming in, 4 hours, right? 4:33 left. Is we see this, like, we see how this week tested it. This week is like a level. Notice how, like, if we put the daily is the strongest time frame. If we're able to reject this level and close below, this line, as long as we don't break, this wick with volume, that would be it. But this is why, that's the price action, right? I use two things. I use structure, I use RSI, and I use structure, RSI, and chart patterns, right? What do we look for when we're bearish? I look at the RSI. Yeah. The RSI is at the 60 RSI. That's it. That was the answer. 60 RSI, right? If we finish with volume for this day, we'll break the 60 RSI. If this 4 hour, right? If we go back to the 4 hour now, we see the 4 hour is now testing, trying to get out of oversold. So you're seeing how the RSI is kind of lining up. The 4 hour, the daily's at the 60. 4 hours peaking out. Can it have enough volume to get back through, this last peak? Yes, we cleared this one. We cleared everything. We're wicking. This is like a pin bar doji. Only 32 minutes left. So we're going to go all the way down to time frames now, right? So 4 hour, okay, cool. We see how, like, these RSIs are still above, even this one, this price action high, this price action high, and this price action high. If you look at those points on the RSI, so this is what the 4 hour has to do. It has to break this RSI point. It has to break it, or else, this would be a divergence. So 3 hour. 3 hour did break it. If you look, you see this is going up slightly, those RSI peaks, and this one looks like it's going straight fucking up, like straight vertical. But anyways, that's what happens when you have volume. And if you note, like, this is the last peak that we're really fighting. If we want to move this line across a little bit, so like this peak is what we're fighting, and then we obviously can tell, this peak it's still a divergence a little bit from this one. So that's it's just, it can't break this line yet. If it comes through with volume, and it could, but let's keep going down. This 3 hour has an hour 30 left in it. Woo-wee, boy, look at this double top on the 2 hour, bro. Let's see if we snipe this entry. Like, I know we called this short yesterday. What the hell is going on? Okay, I know we called this short yesterday. It did go down from when our entry, but if you didn't have your stop loss kind of close or take profits, that wasn't a hold 'em. So we have to know how to manage our trades as well, right? But this 2 hour looks very juicy. It did slightly clear the peak. Now, the RSI is going to test this oversold region. You can see like a little dip came here. It's going to test it as support again. 1 hour. 1 hour still hasn't been able to break the 80 RSI. So I think it's very topped. Notice how when this doji came in, right? This pin bar hammer doji, what happened was, I don't know what happened, because it's saying this candle opened up here, right? But we'll keep going down. But even though it's saying it opened up here, notice how it didn't break the doji wick. That's the main thing. It didn't break the doji wick. It came straight back down. And then this new line that we made was, remember, these are the wicks from the daily. So it's using a daily. I'll go back real quick so you guys see it. I just used the daily wicks, and this kind of like, the higher the time frame, the stronger the trend. So these wicks are being used as support right now. That's what it's testing, right? So we're on the 45. I think we're on the 45. So boom, testing those daily wicks as support. If we could get one more little pump up to this resistance, or maybe even a little bit past it, this is where I'm looking for my shorts, right? As long as we don't, as long as volume comes in and we don't break this peak on the RSI now, if we move this one down, or just break too far into oversold, I'd be looking for a short, as long as we don't close candles, especially a 45-minute candle above this area. So still looking for shorts. 30-minute. Oh man, look at that 30-minute double top. It didn't drop at all. And look, this is what we're talking about. The hour closed here, but then opened up here, because if you don't know how to read your candlesticks, you'll think it opened here and then went up. But this is a black candle, so it didn't open here. Like, that's how volume works, right? The candle opened up here because this is a downside candle. I don't know how it did it, but it did it, right? Lots of volume right now. And another trick, remember when you have 4 candles of symmetry, a move is incoming, right? So when you have 4 candles that are almost even, that just means like this is about to be a floor or resistance for a pretty substantial move. Only a 30-minute time frame, so can still be kind of powerful. I really want just one more touch to this oversold, and we'll sell if you want. And this is the perfect time, to kind of end it off. We see that, the 60 RSI is being used as support for the minute on the 15-minute time frame. But just remember, like, the lower the time frame is like kind of like the weaker the trend. But usually, the bears are trying to like get the RSI to get below the 60. But if you're too bullish, the 60 can hold as support and you'll go right back oversold. Meaning, inducing one more price action pump. But yeah, it's perfect time to say, if you're not in the Discord, this is the best this is the best really free Discord on Discord for trading and, education, really. There's a lot of cool people, a lot of people working hard, developing during this bear market. And if you are here on the YouTube and you're just finding us, I salute you, because you're doing that hard work to, better your life and find your financial freedom, right? This is just a key for financial freedom, so you could do what you really want to do and change the world. So with that, saying that, it's your boy, Simon Says, out.